Hey guys, it's Becca. Today I want to talk to you about how your body informs you. I believe that your body is always talking to you, and it is talking sort of in code, but it is giving you hints and clues through our own interpretation of what we're experiencing and the language that we use to interpret it. So, what do I mean by all of that? I have written about this and talked about it ad nauseum. I really think that we really don't understand language. And my belief is that it is far more, I don't know, juicy and complicated than we think. I heard recently a quote that said, there's a reason we call it spelling. And I was like, what? Because our words and our intentions have such power. In other words, they cast a spelling. But it stuck with me, and y'all know I do think that there's a metaphor about magic and healing and all that good stuff. So it spoke to me and made me think about how for years I've been using this work with the work I do with people who are dealing with eating disorders and things. And let me explain that to you. A mentor and colleague of mine, Dr. Anita Johnston, has this sort of training she does about cracking the code of the way people talk about their bodies and their eating disorder. And what that is it's using the language that they use to describe their emotional experiences to decode and understand what's underneath the disorder itself. So for example, people use language all the time around food that is very telling. I'll give you an example. Somebody might say, I can't stomach the idea of dealing with her, or God, I'm just like yearning and I'm so hungry for, a change in my life. Or they might say something like, I just carry the weight of the world on my shoulders. Notice all the language: stomach, hungry, weight, that we talk about with eating disorders. And so the reason that I bring this to you, you don't have to have had an eating disorder or deal with an eating disorder to be able to do the same kind of crack the code work. The idea of just thinking about the language that you use to express the things you struggle with. Sometimes people might say, I just need to stand my ground, and standing, and how it speaks to being rooted and grounded. And, she doesn't know how to stand on her own 2 feet, is something people might say about folks that kind of are easy to push, she's a pushover. This is all language that's used to describe the physical body. And so when you think about how you describe your own experience, oh, he's a pain in my neck, what are you holding on to? Like, what is the burden, the stress? If you're using language like that, if you're talking about somebody being a pushover, or if somebody's called you a pushover, where are you not grounded or standing on your own 2 feet? Literally, like, what is the ground underneath you, your sturdy foundation? And your sky's the limit with this stuff, because you can just continue to explore, and really the only limit is your own curiosity and your own creativity. So be thinking about the language that you use. And if you want some more examples, I did do a blog just about this topic, and we'll continue to write about all the ways, or you could even sit down yourself and write a list of ways in which words that we use to describe our emotional and our inner experience actually translate into words that are describing or using words about the body. So your body itself is constantly giving you information, and that information is that feminine, intuitive guidance that then informs the masculine, the part of you that's going to go out into the world and do something about it. And it's so important that we spend time just listening and curious, so that we can get the information. It's like we can read the compass before we set out on the journey. If we just set out on the journey for the journey's sake, we might end up in Des Moines. No offense to Des Moines. I'm sure Des Moines is a beautiful, lovely place. But what if I wanted to go to New York? Or what if I wanted to go to San Francisco? So all of that to say, spend some time getting curious, journal about it, you know, just sit and ponder. But this inner work is so very critical. So listen to your body. It's speaking if you crack the code.